Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, as per your respective time zones. On behalf of entire Mastek Managed Services team, we would like to welcome you all to 24C Inventory and Order Management Advisory Webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with new features and functionalities as a part of this quarterly release which Oracle provides. My name is Sohil Malik, and I am an Oracle Functional Consultant at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for this session, and I'm glad to introduce my colleague, Parth Padiyar, who is part of our vast supply chain team at Mastek. Today, he will take us through all the inventory and order management updates for 24C quarterly release. Today's session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we will also make sure that we also leave some time to answer all the questions you may have. We also have panelists available, Sachin Kumar Solanki, so you can ask any question through chat or question panel. Before we move to the agenda, let's have a quick look at the important disclaimer. Yes, so we would like to convey you our approach towards the Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We'll be taking you through vital analysis for 24C updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into the system. Also, we'll sync you on any bugs or known issues if there are any. It's good to have an interactive sessions, so please do ask questions through chat or question panel. We'll answer them at the end of the session. In case if we run out of time, we'll make sure to respond you back by connecting you at a later stage to answer all your questions. So this is to give you a glimpse of how we have crafted the structure of this session. List of new features coming to 24C, detailing on features so you get brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is what the business benefits and important takeaway for you as a decision maker. There are four components where we have done in-depth analysis of features which are going to present to you. First one is impact level analysis which demonstrate the impact on end user. If it's low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. If it's high, then we need to opt for regression testing. Second one is which we are all aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle, and there are some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the feature. There would be certain configuration which may be required, or some can be used without any changes. Last one is a quick win. This term we use to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what require significant amount of time and effort to make use of this feature. Hi Parth, I'll be handing over to you now. Please unmute yourself and begin the session.
Thank you, Soil. Hello, team. This is Parth Padiyar. I will review all the Oracle 24C inventory management and order management upgrades and bug fixes. So let us start with the inventory management upgrades first. This is for use redesign pages to view supply request lines. So yes, with this feature, you can confidentially utilize the redesign pages to access detailed information about all the supply request lines, and also gain insight into the supply details such as POs, work orders, transfer orders associated with each supply request line. You can also review the orchestration plan to understand the current status of tasks within the orchestration process. Additionally to this, we can also take advantage of viewing the attributes that the service mapping will be modifying on each line and take decisive action to resolve any supply disruption from this. So we can also access and utilize this feature from our desktop, tablet, or mobile device without the need of any additional kind of setup. And we are considering this as a low impact, and we don't need to do any configuration or anything to enable the function, so we can consider it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is send Oracle B2B purchase orders acknowledgements to your customers. So with this feature, we can now use the new Oracle B2B messages to send or order acknowledgements to your customers. This also includes confirming purchase orders and acknowledging any subsequent changes. To enable these messages, set up the definition with a service provider or trading partner and associate your customers with trading partners. And we consider this as a low impact, and we have to configure this. So we did not consider this as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is receive CXML purchase orders acknowledgements from your suppliers. So with this feature, we can use the new Oracle Business Network, that is OBN CXML purchase order acknowledgement. As you can see the screenshot, the name is provided for the collaboration message definition, that is OBN CXML confirmation request. So with this, we have to follow two steps here. That is, one will be activate the message definition as an inbound message on the OBN service provider, and the another will be associate your supplier with a trading partner and select the purchase order in acknowledgement document. And we consider this as a low impact, but we have to do the configuration for this. Moving to the next one, that is simplify supplier side B2B setup. With this feature, we can now set up the business-to-business connection with supplier sites for procure to pay in just one step. So this simplified process allows us to choose your trading partners and the B2B documents you exchange with them at all once. Saving this will save the time in setting up and managing procure to pay trading relationships. So with this, to use this functionality, we have to just opt-in UI. We have to do the opt-in UI, and we consider it as a medium impact level, and hence we can consider it as a quick win, as we have to just use the opt-in feature for this. Moving to the next one, that is assign business to business account numbers to your ship to location. With this feature, we can use the new import B2B account utility to assign B2B account numbers to your suppliers and ship to location. So this account numbers will be included in the POs you send through the THX service, and any necessary edits can be made using the B2B account number task. So the latest version of the purchase orders message definition of the THX service provider include data elements for bill only special handling type purchase orders. Partners can use the account number to identify the customer's ship to location. So this will be simplifying their order planning and fulfillment process. So to enable this feature, we have to just use the opt-in UI, and we are considering it as a low impact, and it will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is create guided journeys for Redwood pages. So a guided journey helps us to complete the task by facilitating a business process. So for example, it can be created to assist an employee in placing a sales order. So there will be a note that guided journeys are not yet supported on all Redwood pages in this update. So you could create a guided journey providing a checklist of tasks for the employee to complete before creating or revisiting the sales order. Feel free to tailor the provided text to your company's need, and it includes the links to external website or videos for further guidance. And we need to enable this, and there is some sort of configuration for the same. So we do not consider it as a quick win for us. Moving to the next one is limit changes to schedules that are assigned to organizations, plant, or work centers. So with this feature, in order to prevent system performance issues and process disruptions, Oracle have implemented some restrictions on schedule changes. So when updating any existing schedule, a process checks whether the schedule is linked to one or more organization, plants, or work centers. If it is, you will not be able to change the schedule start date or period type. So this process change enhances our ability to identify if a schedule is linked to another business object in Oracle Fusion. That will be in the supply chain and manufacturing application. So if the schedule is linked to another object, you will not be able to modify the key details of existing schedules in order to prevent unexpected changes to behavior to this application. And to enable this feature, we have to use the opt-in UI. So we can consider it as a medium impact, and this will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is calculate runtime transaction UOM conversions with generated item data. So with this feature, to process a transactional request involving units of measure, feature has been developed to use generated data from a table of conversions. So this table comprises conversions for all primary UOMs, such as a package or box, and models the conversion to primary UOM of an item instead of the base UOM, such as each and in the parent class. So upon enabling this feature, the list of eligible UMs associated with an item is retrieved from the table rather than being calculated from supply or setup data. Utilize this new opt-in feature to enhance performance, valid calculations to and from the primary UM for each item. And we can use this by opt-in UI to activate this feature. So we can consider it as a low impact, and we have to enable it, and this will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is I use improved filtering capabilities to search on the par counts overview page. So when your organization has many automatic replenishment, so that will be a par locations that are counted daily. So it is very much important to quickly find specific count records on the par counts overview page. So now with this feature, you can search for a specific par location or location name when filtering with the results. The inventory organization context, the switcher now includes a search box about the listing of inventory organization, allowing you to quickly search for accessible inventory organizations by name. So for example, we can say that you can search by any part of the inventory organization name, and all matching inventory organizations will be written. And no action is needed to enable this feature. So we can consider it as a quick win. And we can see the screenshot here for the feature. So this capability provides us the ability to quickly find a specific par location, as we discussed earlier, and the location even when you are not sure with the exact name. So let us move to the next one, that is manage lots and serial numbers using a Redwood page. So many industries rely on lot and serial control for their operations. Once a lot or serial control goods are in the warehouse, it is crucial to manage key attributes such as material status, so lot expiration date and descriptive flex fields to ensure that everyone has the right information and the correct goods are used in downstream processes. So now with this feature, already redesigned page in the Redwood experience allows us to manage our lot and serial numbers very easily. So to access the new lot and serial number pages, we have to just simply click on the lots and serial numbers, as you can see in the screenshot, and in the task list and inventory management work area. So this will be a quick win for us, as we do not have to enable anything for this, and we consider it as a low impact. Moving to the next one, that is create multiple sub inventories and locators simultaneously. So when setting up a new inventory organization, we all need to create multiple new sub inventories and locations as part of our warehouse setup. So if you have a large number of sub inventories and locators to create, this process can quickly become a very tedious process. So now with this feature, we can create multiple new sub inventories, locators, item sub inventory associations, and we can say item locators association using a file upload process directly from the configure sub inventories. And you will be now able to access the new create new sub inventories action by selecting it from the action menu on the sub inventory page, as you can see the screenshot here. Moving to the next one, that is approve count sequence using the Redwood page. So with this feature, cycle counting is very crucial for maintaining accurate on-end quantities. So the new cycle count approvals page in the Redwood experience allows inventor manager to review discrepancies in counted quantities. So the access to this page through the cycle count approval task. So we can just go to the quick actions and then cycle count approvals, or we can just go to approve cycle count action on the manage cycle count page. And hence it is very crucial for the on-end quantity. So we are considering it as a high impact upgrade, and we have to enable this and we have to do the configuration. So we cannot consider it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that will be perform mass updates on item transaction default for items without item sub inventories. With this feature, we can now update item transaction defaults for a disrupted item, even if the item has no association with item sub inventories. So previously, you could only update the item transaction defaults if the disrupted item had associations with item sub inventories. When the disrupted item has item transaction defaults defined without association to item sub inventories, the guided process will be manage item replacement in inventory entities that will skip the steps related to the sub inventories and item locators that take you directly through this two steps, that will be choose the mass replacement option for item transaction defaults, and another one will be define item transaction defaults once mass replacement is completed on the item transaction defaults. So the status of the replacement task in the respective inventory organization will be showcased as replaced, and we can see the screenshot of this. And with this flexibility of performing item replacement on item transaction defaults without item sub inventories and item locators, you can perform mass updates on item transaction defaults even if the item sub inventories are maintained in partner with RF Smart. So this eliminates any manual effort to administer item transaction default to switch the replenishment from the disrupted item to replacement item. So we can just enable this feature by using opting. So it will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is pick and pack shipment lines that are pending transportation planning. So when using a transportation management planning system, there are cases where goods must be picked and packed before the transportation management system can create the transportation plan. So this is needed when the products have variable weights, volumes, and the dimensions that must be documented beforehand. So previously, shipment lines could only be picked and packed after receiving transportation plan information. But now with this update, we can do this even when transportation planning is pending. And this feature also helps with more precise transportation planning when integrating with the transportation management system and shipping goods with variable weights, or we can say volumes and dimensions. And we can enable this feature by just using the opt-in UI. So we are considering it as a quick win, and it will be a low impact for us. So let us move to the next one, that is create outbound shipment request using a Redwood page. When working with an external execution system, there are situations that may require you to send shipment lines to the execution system outside of your regular integration schedules. So, for example, we can say that you may need to process an emergency order for a high priority customer, or you may have just received back ordered stock and need to fulfill open orders right away. So in these cases, the create outbound shipment request page allows you to manually specify the criteria for interfacing shipment lines with an external system. So with this, now we can have the ability to create this outbound shipment request using a Redwood page. You can also access the new outbound shipment request shipment request page from the inventory management work area. And this task is available under the shipment and pick categories. Alternatively, you can also navigate to the page by selecting the task from the quick actions. As you can see the screenshot present here. So basically, this feature provides an improved user experience for creating a manual outbound shipment request for any external execution system. For this, we have to do the configuration. So hence we are not considering it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is create pick waves using the Redwood page. So here in warehouses and stock rooms, outbound fulfillment picks are usually created at regular intervals using the scheduled pick wave process. However, there are situations where you may need to create pick waves outside of normal schedule also. So for example, we can say if there is an emergency order for a customer that is also back ordered, and in this cases, we can manually set the criteria for creating picks using the create pick wave page. So this allows us to create pick waves as needed, and now this process can be done using the Redwood page. As you can see the screenshot here, and with this you can access the new pick wave page from the inventory management work area under the shipments and picks categories. Alternatively, you can also quickly navigate to this page by selecting the task from the quick actions. And this feature provides an improved user experience for creating your manual wave request. And we consider it as a medium impact, and we have to do some sort of configuration for this. So we are not considering it as a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is create receipt returns for expense destination transfer orders. So when restocking consumable goods within your organization, you usually use expense destination transfers. So this transfers move materials directly to the requested location for immediate usage without increasing the on-hand quantity at the destination location. So with this feature now, we can create a receipt, a return for expense destination transfer order to return materials to the source location when they are no longer needed. So this feature allows us to return transfer orders to the original source of inventory organization, or we can say source of inventory linked to the transfer order, and provides visibility to the forward flow transfer and being returned against. So the new inventory transaction types have been introduced for monitoring return transfer orders. As we can see this screenshot over here, we are seeing the source reference and the new transaction types for transfer order returns. And we also have the forward flow and return flow, that how it works. So this will be a medium impact, and we have to do the configuration for this, but we can consider it as a quick win. Next one is create receipt returns using a sub-inventory that is not quantity tracked. So this feature allows us to return transfer orders to the original source of inventory associated with the transfer order. So for instance, if a transfer order is shipped from inventory organization A to inventory organization B and received into a sub-inventory that is not quantity tracked, so you can now return the transfer order back to source inventory organization. When returning the transfer order, you will have visibility to the forward flow transfer order against which you are returning this. So this feature also allows us to return material from sub inventory that is not quantity tracked back to the supplier. So we can consider it as a low impact level for us, and this is a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is record cycle counts with a streamlined flow. So a record, such as using a mobile device to record your cycle count sequences. It is important to efficiently identify which locations have open sequences that need to be counted, and have user confirms that they are indeed counting those locations. So in update 24B, mobile cycle counting was enhanced to present users with the location that have open count sequences, allowing them to select a location and then scan the location barcode to confirm that they are counting the selected location. To simplify this process, the mobile cycle count flow has been updated to present the location and allow scanning of that locations on a single page. So this new feature allows us to view the locations with open count sequence and confirms that they are counting that location on the same page, making the cycle count sequence entry more efficient. Now you can scan or tap the sub-inventories, locators, or item with open count sequence for a cycle count. As you can see, there's 3 consecutive screenshots for the same, and we can consider it as a medium impact level, and it is a quick win for us. Moving to the next update, that is receive ad hoc goods using a mobile device. So an inventory organization users do the miscellaneous adjustments to update item quantities for various reasons. So for instance, we can say a stock of goods was found and need to be properly recorded for an item that was previously issued but not used, needs to be written for future use. So now you can use a mobile device to receive goods by scanning the item and location information and then entering the quantity before completing the transaction. So previously in 24B, you could only perform miscellaneous issues using a mobile device. So however, with the addition of miscellaneous receipts in this update, the task name miscellaneous issue has been changed to miscellaneous transaction. So users can now select either a seeded or user-defined transaction type before completing the transaction. So you can simply walk towards the counter with a mobile device and scan the item, input the quantity, scan or enter the location information, locator and sub-inventory, and add the item to a list. So moreover, you have the option to add items to the list by scanning or entering numerous items at once. And we have to do the configuration and enable this function to use. So we cannot consider it as a quick win, and we are considering it as a low impact for us. Moving to the next one, that is capture lot and serial attributes when performing receipt or put away on mobile device. So when receiving or storing items with lot and serial numbers using a mobile device, it is crucial to record specific details during the transaction to avoid manual data entry on any another page. So now with this feature, you can capture a lot expiration date, lot origination date, lot maturity date, and supplier lot number for lot control goods. Additionally, we can also record the supplier serial number for serial controlled goods during the mobile put away transaction for standard routing, or during the mobile receiving transaction for direct delivery routing. So we don't need to do any to enable this feature, so we can consider it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is process outbound shipments using a mobile device. So efficiently preparing outbound orders for carrier pickup is crucial for timely order fulfillment. So using a mobile device, shipping agents can scan or enter shipment details and review and pack assigned lines, update the data, and also confirm shipments. So to access the ship goods page, we have to just click on the inventory management new, or select ship goods mobile for quick actions. This page displays all assigned shipments lines for validation and confirmation. So this feature also provides us the ability to prepare your outbound shipments for carrier pickup and confirm the shipments while on the go on the mobile devices. So we have to do the configuration for this, but it will be a very quick configuration, so we can consider it as a quick win, and it will be a low impact for us. Moving to the next one, that is automatically derive item identifiers in recall notice and locate recalled parts using item identifiers. So now you can enter a recall notice using any part details provided by the source that initiated or issued the recall. You can also automatically obtain the manufacturer part number. and also supplier part number or a master item number. So previously you were required to have the manufacturer part number in order to create a recall notice, and additional item identifiers could not be gathered now. So you can also find the recalled parts using the supplier part number along with the manufacturer part number and also master item number. And to enable this feature, we have to use the opt-in UI. So it will be a quick win for us, and we can consider it as a low impact. Moving to the next one, that is a track lot or a serial level cost during transfers. So when using the actual or average cost methods, lot and serial level costing helps us to accurately track the cost of goods throughout the production process. And with this enhancement, we can say that now we can retain and track this cost information for cost-based transfers. And when goods are transferred from one organization to another, or within an organization when transfer flow is not orchestrated by supply chain financial orchestration. So with this feature, retain cost information across transferring, ensuring is a complete picture of the production cost. And we have to do the configuration, but it will not take much time for us. So we can consider it as a quick win, and it will be a low impact for us. Moving to the next one, that is enable parallel processing for quantity pre-processor. So the create cost accounting distribution process, also known as the cost processor, and it is a tool that calculates cost and generates distribution for all supply chain transactions, including inventory, material transactions, and resource transactions. So the good news is here that now we can enable parallel processing in a create cost accounting distribution process. So this means that eligible transactions can be spread across multiple sub processes, significantly increasing throughput during quantity pre-processing and distribution processing stages. So when enabled, the quantity pre-processing stage will automatically spawn multiple sub-processes to process material transactions in parallel. So this feature is designed for high to very high volume cost processing, and provides us the significant throughput for improvements in those scenarios. So for low to medium volume cost processing, there will still be improvements, but they might not be as noticeable since the current processing times are usually optional. And we are considering it as a quick win, as we do not have to do any configuration for the same. Moving to the next one, that is account multiple assets of the same item in a single maintenance work order. So here we can perform maintenance activities for multiple assets that belongs to a same item in a single maintenance work order. The assets linked to the order, assets are linked to the work order, are interfaced to costing, and the maintenance expenses are equally apportioned to all the assets. And the new multiple assets column on maintenance work order cost page indicates whether one or more assets are linked to the order if the multiple assets column is marked as yes, and the asset details are displayed in the asset details section along with the cost apportioned to the each asset. And we can consider it as a quick win, as we have to just use the opt-in UI to enable this feature. Moving to the next one, that is exclude exchange rate variances from impacting acquisition costs. So ERV exclude exchange rate variances that are recorded on payables invoices in both receipt accounting and cost accounting transactions. This will help prevent the impact of ERV on inventory valuation when receiving a purchase order with inventory expense and work order destinations. Some of the benefits of this feature include compliance with regulatory requirements for inventory valuation by categorizing ERV as a period expense that is recorded in the period it is incurred, ensuring accurate unit item cost and inventory valuation. So being able to use this feature across all cost methods to exclude ERV for items cost and inventory valuation. and this will be a medium impact, and we have to do the configuration for it, so we are not considering it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is support for focus search by accounting status in the review cost accounting distribution page. So with this feature, you can now search for transactions by their accounting status using the search by option. As you can see in the screenshot, you can use the search by option on the review cost accounting distribution page, and you can also now use the accounting status search option to quickly find transactions that are not accounted for or are in error or resolved status. Any reconciliations issues due to unaccounted transactions. So no action is required to enable this feature. So we are considering it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is the selected cost management bug fixes in this update. So there are 4 bug fixes. First one is item is mandatory for search in review item cost page. So before update 24C, the search operation in the review item cost page would time out with no results if the item was not specified in the search criteria. So with this update, you must specify the item in the search criteria to ensure that the search on the review item cost page is performed and doesn't time out. And you can also search for multiple items by including an additional item field for the add fields menu in the advanced search. And the next one is for the use REST APIs for supply chain cost rollup enabled cost scenarios. So after the update of 24C, the REST APIs didn't work for cost scenarios with the enable supply chain cost rollup option selected. So starting with this 24C, all the cost scenarios REST APIs functions as expected. Next one is cost processor no longer enters a cyclic loop of creating adjustment. So when using the actual cost method with adjustment propagation, the cost processor could enter an endless loop and create adjustments repeatedly. This happened because of insufficient inventory when processing rework orders, where the completion is used to deplete the material issue for the same work order. And after this fix, the cost processor will no longer enter such a cyclic loop, and it will stop the adjustment after the very first attempt. The next one is for the profile option to include information message about a negative inventory in each run of the cost processor. That is for that we can use a new predefined profile option to ensure that negative inventory messages are logged even in the subsequent runs of the cost processors. Moving to the next one, that is manage tolerances using the Redwood experience. So it is for fiscal document. So fiscal document tolerances determines if holds are placed on fiscal documents or variances. So when you import any fiscal documents or run the validation, the system checks if the matching is within the defined tolerances or not. So for example, we can say if an item's price exceeds a tolerance, a hold is placed, and you can manage these tolerances on the redesign page to meet our changing business needs. So we can consider it as a medium impact, and hence we have to do the configuration for it, and we have to enable it. So we cannot consider it as a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is manage a transfer pricing rule in Redwood pages. So intercompany flows involve financial arrangements between different profit center business units. So these transactions require separate accounting and tax reporting for the transfer of ownership of the product in the financial records. So transfer pricing rules can be established to apply a markup and a markdown percentage on the internal sales. So we are considering it as a medium impact, and we have to enable it. We have to do the configuration, so we are not considering it as a quick win. So here we complete the inventory management. Let us go through the order management updates. This is recalculate orders totals with your own fulfillment task. So with this feature, It is useful when you are creating a fulfillment task and need to adjust the order total during fulfillment. So it is particularly helpful when you are selling a commodity that frequently changes in price after a sales order and after the sales order has been submitted for fulfillment. So for example, we can say it can be used to change the item's price after scheduling but before shipping, add shipping charges after shipping but before invoicing the sales order, and adjust the sales order price when shipping or after shipping. So we are considering it as a high impact, and we do not have to enable it, but we have to do the configuration. So it will not be a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is selected order management bug fixes in this update. So the bug fixes for use order management extension to assign orchestration process. So in the update of 22C, you can now specify the orchestration process name when importing an order through REST API to improve performance and reduce the processing time. And after this update, you can use the order management extension to assign the orchestration process to an order line, either created in the order management work area or imported through the web service using the orchestration process name attribute. Moving to the next one, hence it is a low impact for us and it is a quick win for us as we do not have to do any configuration for this. Moving to the next one, that is create pricing promotions for sales orders using Redwood pages. So starting in update 24C, Oracle pricing allows us to create a pricing promotion, and we can set up simple and tiered discounts for specific items or categories, or for all the items in a single promotion. So you can define rules for eligibility conditions, and the pricing system will automatically apply the promotions into your sales order. So here we will be having the two business benefits, that is our focus, our selling, and easily we can create a complex rules for the same. And we consider it as a medium impact, and we have to do the configuration and we have to enable this. So we are not considering it as a quick win. And as you can see in the screenshot, we can see the fall promotion and the fall discount benefits as we are adding the items into it. Moving to the next one, that is use categories to simplify our pricing promotions. So starting with 24C update, we can now utilize categories in Oracle pricing to target where we want to apply a promotion instead of applying the promotion to each individual items. So how it works is like we have to apply our promotion to one or more categories within a catalog and evaluate and apply a rule to each item within the category's hierarchy. And also we have to utilize the category as the eligibility criteria to include or exclude a promotion. And we are considering it as a medium impact, and we have to do the configuration and have to enable the feature to use. Moving to the next one, that is create manual accrual adjustments for customer rebate programs using a REST service. So to use the channel customer manual adjustments REST API, we have to create, update, or view or delete manual accrual adjustments and necessary adjustments accruals. So this can correct missed accruals, reverse invalid accruals, and create starting balances for customer rebate. It can be a lump sum and a co-op program. And then the API enables the creation of starting balances and improves the solutions robustness for handling missed and invalid accruals. And it will be helpful for the business as it enables the creation of starting balance in implementations. So we are considering it as a low impact, and we have to do the configuration and we have to enable it. So we are not considering it as a quick win. Going to the next update, that is export earned accruals to Microsoft Excel from program checkbook. So all the export earned accruals to Microsoft Excel program from the program checkbook in order to provide supporting rebate details for customer program. The exported file will include the associated invoiced order details for transactional approvals. This will also help program managers and claim analysts to understand the accruals that contribute to the earned balances for a customer and a program. So use these details to research approvals and determine if manual adjustments are necessary for a program, or to gain additional insight into how accruals are calculated from corresponding invoiced orders. It will be a medium, it will be a low impact, and we have to do the configuration for this. So we have to just enable it by using the opt-in UI and not any type of configuration. So it will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next update, that is define product eligibility based on item categories for customer volume programs. So it establish eligibility rules for customer volume programs for a specific category or items. You can specify items categories in the product eligibility rules for volume programs to identify the products that the program applies to. And moreover, you have the option to use product exclusions to remove certain items from consideration, and either from all items or from a particular category. As we can see the screenshot, it basically improves user productivity in the administration of customer value programs. And to use this feature, we have to just do the opt-in UI. So it will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next upgrade, that is a manually split a customer claim. So splitting a deduction into multiple smaller claims helps with the research and settlement process. So with this new feature that allows claim analysts to divide a single deduction into multiple claims that can be settled using different methods. And it also enables them to differentiate between promotional and non-promotional claims. And additionally, claim analysts have the option to copy attachments from the main claims to the child claims. And we have the business benefits that it facilitates prescribed business processes in the settlement of different types of deduction, and it reduces the DDO, that is day deduction outstanding, and we can just use this feature by using the opt-in UI. So we can consider it as a quick win for us. Moving to the next upgrade, that is group available earnings by invoice and item for claim association. So there's a claim analyst need to research and associate available promotional accruals with customer claims. So this feature provides the ability to quickly identify and match available all the programs approvals by invoice and item. And this feature is enhancing the accuracy and management of balances in programs checkbook. So it also serving as a primary source of truth. So it boosts the productivity of a claim analyst in resolving promotional claims at a very granular level, and it prevents customer from deducting the same promotional rebate multiple times, and it is putting a channel organization back in control. So to use this, we have to just use the opt-in UI, and it will be enabled with that. So we can consider it as a quick win for us. Moving to the next upgrade, that is a settle a customer claim in accounts payable. So to settle manual claims using Fusion Payables check or AP default payment method, the application default supplier and site from customer trade profile. But we can override that when using AP default payment method is based on supplier preference. So partial settlement creates a split claim in the account payables, and it will be a medium impact, and we have to enable this, and we are considering it as a quick win. Moving to the next upgrade, that is specify fixed and variable lead times for your assembly operation. So for this Oracle global order promising, that is COP, and that is now includes both fixed and variable lead times in the bill of resources. So it is helping to schedule assembly operations accurately. So the lead time calculation will be done as a lead time is equal to a fixed lead time plus order quantity, and it will be multiplied by the variable lead time. plus post-processing lead time. So this will be a medium impact, and we have to do the configuration and we have to enable this. So we are not considering it as a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is derive supply information for transfer orders interface to Oracle order management from the sales order fulfillment line. So the following feature is applicable to Oracle Fusion Cloud Supply Planning, Demand and Supply Planning, and GOP, Backlog Management, and even Order Sales and Operation Planning. So it is designed to work for both unconstrained and constrained supply plans, and is also supported for both targeted and net change collections. So, however, it is only applicable to an Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM source system. So, in addition to that, Oracle replenishment planning will derive dates from the originating transfer orders records. So, to use this feature, we have to do the opt-in UI, and it will be a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is review planning calendars using a Redwood page. So now we can use the new Redwood page to review planning calendars and ensures the accuracy. And this task of reviewing planning calendars, shifts and assignments have been combined into a single task called calendars. So that with the corresponding pages available as tabs on the Redwood page, we can see the screenshot that we have to enable the option or disable this feature for the next two quarterly updates, and after this the feature will be enabled by default. So this is only for the 2 quarters, and we can do the enable and disable for the same, and it will be a medium impact for us, and we have to do the configuration to use this feature, and we have to enable this. So we are not considering it as a quick win. So this is the last update of the order management, that is view calendar shifts using a Redwood page. That with this we can utilize the new Redwood page to access the calendar shifts gathered from source system like Oracle Fusion Cloud Supplies in Execution. So for instance, we can say that we can examine the shifts linked to a specific calendar, and reviewing the calendar shifts with the Redwood page will help us to verify the accuracy of the generated plans. And the review calendar association using the Redwood page, that is for the new Redwood page that allows us to inspect the association of calendars with various entities such as organizations, suppliers, and carriers. So by reviewing calendar association of calendars with various entities such as organizations, suppliers, and carriers. So by reviewing calendar associations using this Redwood page, we can now ensure the accuracy of the plans generated. And it will be a low impact, and we have to enable this. So we are not considering it as a quick win. So that was all the updates that we have for the inventory management and order management. So now I will back to you, Sohil.
Yeah, thank you, Parth, for wonderful insights. Yeah, so let's quickly move towards the Q&A part now. So, hi Sachin, could you please check if we have any questions you want to take up? Yeah, I guess there are no questions. Let's move forward. So, you will receive an email by next week, wherein presentation and session recording would be available to you at a single click. So please do look out for an email in your inbox. So before you leave us, we would like to have a quick feedback on today's session. So I'm launching the poll. Okay, closing the poll now. Thank you once again for all your valuable time. Bye, everyone.